Hi, I'm Andy Bolton. This is Nick Islip from the Japanese Garden Society. And we just thought we'd make a few little videos about our journey in doing a long border at
RHS Wentworth Woodhouse in July of this year, 2025. And Wentworth Woodhouse is taking the place of Tatton Park this year, which is moving to every 3 years.
Oh, is it every 3 years?
Yeah, so it's the big RHS show of the north of England, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're doing a long border. Now the long borders, they have them at Tatton as well, and it's basically to give people an idea of planting combinations that they can have. And the border is 7 metres long and 2 metres wide. It's got sleepers, so it's a raised border. And ours is based on a Japanese tea garden, not surprisingly. And it came about really because there was a number of coincidences really. I had a fellow member of the Japanese Garden Society who emailed me. The RHS were advertising this and they were inviting people to enter the competition to see whether they could have a border there. And he sent me this and he said, I think you fancy doing this, Andy. And I kind of thought, yeah, possibly. And then the next week I got an email from a lady who was wanting to sell a Japanese lantern cheaply, who came to me. And so I went click, 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 oh yes, this would be quite a nice thing to do. So I think it was back in the last year I asked Nick to join me in this venture. And then we've gone from there really, haven't we?
Yeah, I was really keen to join Andy being a new member of the Japanese Garden Society and having kind of got the bug, as it were, and enjoying your lovely garden which we're sitting in right now. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean it's based on a Japanese tea garden. Obviously, many people will know that are watching this video that there's several different types of Japanese garden, and one of the types is a tea garden. And that's what ours is based on. The Japanese tea gardens are called roji, which is a dewy path which leads between a waiting area, a waiting bench or a waiting arbour, to the tea house, and it's the journey through that is the roji or the Japanese tea garden. And it's really designed around the fact that people have to be in the right frame of mind to have a tea ceremony. So they have to be nice and relaxed and calm. And the whole idea of the garden is to get people in that frame of mind to actually have a tea ceremony. So it's usually all very green, evergreen. There's not too much in the way of distracting flowers, scent, foliage, all that kind of thing. And you make your way along a stepping stone path. And do you want to say something about what features we go past?
Yeah, so we're going from the outer roji to the inner roji. You will pass through a bamboo gate, which is very traditionally made. You arrive at the sukubai arrangement, which you would ritually cleanse your hands ready for the tea ceremony. There's a kneeling stone in front, and then that would prepare your mind and your body ready to move on and take the tea. So a little bit further along from the sukubai, we've got a couple more features, which is the chiriana, which is traditionally a dust pit, which shows the ritual cleaning of the garden in preparation for the guests. But it's also got another meaning, hasn't it, in that you leave your worries in there, so you can progress through the garden and feel completely relaxed and at one
Leave all your worldly
nature.
cares behind. We've even got a little area at the end of the garden which is a representation of a corner of the tea house. So it'll be like a wooden platform really, I suppose, won't it? And we've got a couple of tea bowls and a little tea whisk that's going to be there that people can look at. The thing we haven't mentioned is we'll have a secondary issue, which is a barrier stone, a stop stone, which is a traditional way of saying, or a polite way of saying no entry in Japanese gardens. So it's a rock that's wrapped up with traditional black twine, which is put on paths usually where you don't want the people to go down, or the attendees to this tea ceremony.
Could maybe just see one there.
There's one in the picture there behind us. So all these features hopefully will get people's interest and
Yeah.
get people talking, and the whole idea is that we're hoping to promote the society. So it's an achievement just to get there all together, that we hopefully there'll be many people who will learn a little bit more about Japanese gardens, what they're about, and may show an interest in joining the society, hopefully.
Yeah, and it feels unique to do something that isn't all flowers, because traditionally a border and these long borders are full of flowers, colourful, but ours is predominantly green and it's predominantly shade-loving plants. And people have shade in their garden, don't they? And they often don't know what to do with it, so it'll be, hopefully people can take that with them and
So I mean, I think our brief will be to the RHS is that the border is designed to be in semi-shade or shade, possibly in a sort of urban microclimate. So because we've got some sort of borderline hardy plants like aspidistra, which we will have in the garden. So we're just hoping it'll give people ideas about what they can take away. Lots of people don't want a full Japanese garden, but they'd quite like to have a Japanese area in the garden, you know, and hopefully we'll be able to show that. We've got two quite impressive maples going in, hopefully. One at either end of the garden. One will be a tall, sort of airy one, and the other one a lower one which has got cut filigree foliage. Both green, hopefully, if we can find the right trees.
Have we said the name of the garden? I don't
No, we haven't got this.
So, Tea and Tranquility, Harmonies in Green.
That's the one. That's the one. Unforgettable, isn't it? Very good. Anyway, that's the first of hopefully a few videos. It's just to give people a taste. I'll take the camera around and show you what's happening in the way of propagation, because we're actually propagating a lot of the stuff that we're going to be using. A lot of hostas. We bought some lovely ferns. Managed to acquire some ferns and so forth, which we're going to be able to use. So there'll be a lot of stuff that we'll have to look after, and of course we're tending those with
and we're 2 months to go now, aren't we? So it's
2 months to go.
We've got a lot of things we need to kind of grow on a bit as well, but we've been reliably reminded the other day, actually, we've got the 2 best growing months of the year between now and the show, so fingers crossed.
So these are just a few clips of all the plants that we're propagating at the moment, all sited at the back of the house to try and keep them protected. Lots of hostas, ferns, and European wild ginger. More ferns in the coal frame, trying to keep them protected from slugs. Conocloa. This is the ordinary green form which we'll be using. Nick's also got some quite big clumps of that at his house. This is some of the ground cover we're going to be using. So what you can see at the moment is Mentha requenii, which is Corsican mint. And in the distance, in those trays, we have Pratia pedunculata, Ophiopogon, japonica nana, and some saxifrage, which isn't looking too healthy at the moment. Bought quite a bit of pachysandra, which will provide a nice glossy ground cover you often see in Japanese gardens, and the hostas behind them, actually, although they're in the ground, we'll be using the same variety, which is Hosta halcyon.
And of course we've got very kindly donated or sponsored by Build a Japanese Garden. We have got most of the features that are in the basin arrangement, the stepping stone, the bamboo fence, the bamboo tsumigaki, and the Japanese gate and the water spout. So a lot of these have been very kindly sponsored and donated by Howard Healy from Build a Japanese Garden. So we have to give our thanks to them, as well as the JGS who are funding us also.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I think that's it, Nick, for now. Okay, see you in the next video.